So Diplomat Express now about to make its way there. The last of them to come forward. They're almost set here. 2,000 the journey. Light appearing. They stand well and they're off. They're racing. From the inside, Seminole Brave beat out So War. Uber Mover will go forward. Coming right over is Overthought from its wide gate. Goes up in front of Ms. Zadell, and they're just dawdling on by the judge the first round. On the rail, Shoes of Ekra, followed back behind it on the fence, Diplomat Express, Vintage Stock. Now Red Hot Tip found itself 3 wide, and Rawilla was forced to drop right back into the field, but he was able to get one off the rails at that point. Just in front of him is Miss Voodoo, followed then by Porfirio, and the tail end of Final Chill. They hacked their way past the 1500 in the early stages. Uber Mover locked down in front, their ears pricked. It's getting it cozy, leads by a length Overthought. Seminole Brave beautifully placed. 3/4 to So War, also given a great ride early by McGruddy up fourth, and then Shoes of Ekra, Ms. Zadell. Diplomat Express is over on the inside. 3/4 Vintage Stock being followed by Final Chill, pulling its way around the outside. Goes up about midfield here as they work along past the 1100. Back on the rails to Miss Voodoo, and then came the favourite Red Hot Tip, patiently handled back there second last with 950 to go, and whipping them all in is Porfirio. They leave the back, they're up on the far corner. They've left Uber Mover alone in front to do its own thing. It leads the way, Uber Mover, by a length and a half. Overthought. Final Chill has made that sustained move from back in the field. It continues to go forward. It's up now running second here as they work along and put the pace on at the 650. Then So War, who was given a great run just behind them most of the way from Seminole Brave, followed then by Ms. Zadell, Shoes of Ekra, Vintage Stock back there. So's Red Hot Tip, who's taking a while to come into it. Back behind them, Diplomat Express, Miss Voodoo, and next to last is Porfirio, balancing at the 350 now, and So War goes out after Final Chill. Overthought there together. They head off Uber Mover. A run comes for Seminole Brave. Red Hot Tip, Vintage Stock are down the outside with Miss Zadell. So War, though, with 120 left to go, led by a length and a half. Red Hot Tip and Vintage Stock, but it's So War clear close to home, and So War wins it. So War, given a great ride, has won from either Vintage Stock or Red Hot Tip. Ms. Zadell ran fourth, then Shoes of Ekra. Right behind those, then Final Chill, Overthought, Diplomat Express, Porfirio, Miss Voodoo, Uber Mover back there in the field, and Seminole Brave dropped out rapidly in the straight to finish back Stone Motherless. Well, it was a very good go in some of these earlier markets, So War, and it was always going to get the lovely run. Certainly Sean McGruddy afforded it a beautiful ride, and the Sepoy 5-year-old was too strong for them. Continues its very consistent form for Steve Wolf. So War with his 5th victory here this afternoon, and he's won by a margin from either Vintage Stock, who has got the judge's nod for second, just in front of Red Hot Tip, Brad Rawilla, who got right back there, had to concede a start to those horses up there at the head of the field, and just unable to bridge the margin on them. Back there, fourth home, number 10, Miss Zadell, 2.9.110 they are, and a length and a half ahead with the margins in 2.10.70. Now they peeled off the last 635.13, but So War was in such a commanding spot there. Those back there having to do the chasing had the job really in front of them, the way that McGruddy was able to give So War that economical run just in behind the pace. For Maureen Wolf, Mrs. J. Smith, P. Smith, K. Johnson, Ms. H. Lawrence, by Sepoy from Dubai Me Diamonds, Steve Wolf prepares Sean McGruddy in the saddle, and it was a 10 out of 10er. Vintage Stock is by Tavistock from Philippa Glass, Alan Matthews, Patrick Carberry, just in front of Red Hot Tip by Red Hot Choice out of Z-Link, Stephen Miller and Brad Rawilla. Now the last event at 5:40, the 1,000-metre Ascot Racing Carnival Handicap. Number 7, Amelia Bedelia, is the scratching there as Brittany Taylor joins us, and certainly rewarded for some really consistent form.
Consistent form indeed. Sean McGruddy's in wonderful form. Steve Wolf joins me now. Steve, So War, Darren just saying how consistent he has been, and great to see him do that today over 2,000 metres.
Yeah, well, he's been consistent. He's battled to keep up with them, but they've walked a few times in the last couple of starts and has suited him, and he's probably just maturing, but the horse is not going as well as my jockey. He's in absolute wonderful form.
How good is he going at the moment?
Well, it's taken me a while to get him going, but he's always been hot and cold. But right at the moment, he's ultimate professional and doing a wonderful job. And he's sitting on the right horses, and good luck to him.
What were you thinking when he was able to land in a beautiful spot today?
Well, it wasn't his fault from there on. It was just up to the horse. Yeah.
The horse definitely got the job done. Were you confident rounding for home that he would be able to?
Well, you never know when you go to the front straight and up, Brittany. As you know, you sort of start looking for the post, especially here. But no, he's done a good job. We've got a little apprentice that rides him at home, and 59 kilos, everything's there, and it's just great.
What's next for him?
We'll just go home and look at the stars and look at nothing too ambitious. But no, you said the Cal Cup, but that's probably a bit hot for him, I think. A Barker Cup or an Esperance Cup might be more to him.
Well, looking forward to see wherever he goes next. Well done.
Thank you very much. Bye.
There is Steve Wolf. I did ask him if he would have a crack, Scott, at a race like a Cal Cup, and he said no, probably just a bit beyond him. So not the way he's going to go, just settle for the lower lights here, but he'll take this victory, and so will Sean McGrady.
Well, Sean McGrady, I gave you 10 out of 10 for last start. Now, what did you give yourself today?
Oh, probably a 9.8 because I drew a lot better and there was no speed in it, so it enabled us to be that bit closer. And just said to Mr. Lewis, when he draws wide, he doesn't have the tactical speed. He doesn't begin that well to be able to put himself there, so he always gets back a bit and you're in the hands of the pacemakers. But today he was able to control the race himself. And
all of a sudden, at about the 600-metre mark, you had a horse to your outside coming in final chill. What was going through your mind at that stage?
Well, I thought it might drop off, and then I thought, hang on a minute, it's not going to drop off, so I'll get onto the toe ball of it. And yeah, it took me right into the straight, so that was perfect.
Wolfie was trying to think about what would be good races for him in the future. Is he an Esperance Cup, an Albany Cup, a Barker Cup type of horse, or maybe something a bit bigger?
Look, he's a Country Cups horse. Sometimes the Provincial Cups can be pretty weak, but he's just taken this long to mature, and stayers really do take time. He's taken all the time, but a lot of owners don't give him the time, so luckily Wolfie's pretty patient.
And Wolfie's pretty happy he's got you up and about. He reckons that he's kick-started this month of September for you.
Yeah, well, he always says to me he gets me back in form when I'm out of form, but I always say, when have I been out of form?
Congratulations, well done, shooter.
Thanks, mate.
There is Sean McGrady having a laugh there with Scott Embry after the victory of So War, with Steve Wolf taking out race number 8. One more to come here from Belmont.
So slide over here and give